Showcase the best deck for the Power Surge Challenge in Clash Royale. This challenge just popped up into the game, and it is really difficult to play if you don't watch this video and you don't know what's going on. So, if you are unaware, lightning strikes the arena, killing every unit on the field. Yes, unit. That does not mean buildings. So your best bet to win is spamming goblin drills or probably expos and mortars, as you're about to see. The strategy is quite simple. It's ridiculous how anything like a knight or a tank will get destroyed by a lightning. So then your expo or the mortar will just swiftly lock onto the tower, securing the win. You want to spam Teslas and mortars and expos and have cheap cycle cards that aren't necessarily going to really matter if they die to a lightning, like skeletons or an ice spirit. And then also you can counteract your opponent's expos on defense by earthquaking them or using barbarial plus log on top of the goblin drills or to finish off expos from your opponent. So it's a really solid and sound strategy. You don't necessarily need an evolution, but if you do have an evolution, I would advise definitely using the mortar. You really don't need evolved skeletons or Tesla. Really, the only thing that is a very nice to have is the evolved mortar, and the other evolution doesn't even matter, to be honest. But if you have to pick, I would pick evolved Tesla over evolved skeletons or something like that. But yeah, really, the evolutions don't matter. The thing that does matter, ooh, I almost jumped into the wrong thing. The thing that does matter is going into the challenge. Secondly, the other thing that matters is making sure that you spam expos and mortars and really have a sound strategy, not necessarily the cards. For once, the evolutions don't make a huge impact in these challenges, which is really cool. So anyway, he's going to go for drill, so that's a very sound strategy as well. Like that is, as I said, like one of the better cards to be playing. We're going to expo on the other side because we're going to expect him to try to go in for an earthquake on this. Most of the time, if he's running a good deck, yeah, he's got earthquake. So I'm glad we're playing against someone that actually semi-understands the strategies in this game mode, because if not, then they're just going to get lightning and they'll just lose their units. This guy obviously is jumping into it with a deck built for the challenge. So that's going to be good for us. It's nice to be able to at least play against competent players. I'm going to go in for skellies, and as you can see, they get lightning, so they just kind of, wow, it hit in my ice spear. That's kind of sucky. He's going to zap as well. That's interesting. I guess I Tesla and make a prediction on his Tesla. Yeah, very cool. But yeah, we saw bomb tower. Usually they're going to be running multiple buildings. He's really going to have lightning with it. That's not the lightning from the challenge. My man decided to put in lightning in his deck. So he's got lightning earthquake. So he definitely does have a good matchup into our expo. It's totally fine. We can log on top of his bowler, or no, sorry, not bowler, his bomb tower. And then I think the expo locks tower for some nice damage. And that probably puts us in an advantage to the point that we can just win the game with earthquakes. So the reason why I think it's a bit better to be spamming expos and mortars instead of spells to counter the expos and the mortars is because most of the time they're going to be dropping a spell like a lightning and it doesn't even kill the expo. If they drop an earthquake on top of the mortar, it doesn't kill the mortar. So you're going to consistently get damage, or they're going to take negative trades, and they're not necessarily going to be able to body block. They're not going to be able to go earthquake plus knight, because if they go earthquake plus knight, what happens is the knight dies to the lightning. Then the expo still locks tower, which still does a lot of damage because you're going to be able to get pause elixir trades and you're going to be able to get a little bit of cheeky chip, and it's going to be worthwhile in the long term. So as you can see, this is a really reliable strategy that I built this deck. And even though our dude ended up having a earthquake, he had a Tesla, he had lightning, he had all the ingredients that would seemingly counter us so he could spam goblin drills in our face. It didn't matter. Meanwhile, we're able to go for log, and then if he's going to have a mirror goblin drill, well, we've got barbarial. So I built this deck for obvious reasons of the barbarial locking on to expos, but it's also phenomenal against goblin drills. I just don't think that there could be a much better strategy for us than what we have here. Also, the evolved Tesla is better than evolved skeletons for the reason that you just saw. When it pops up, it can reset the opponent's units that are targeting on top of the expo, and they're targeting onto the Tesla afterward. So that's a massive benefit for us. And as you can see, we can drop some defensive expos here, maybe go for an aggressive mortar, and walk away with a very easy win. Huge thank you to everyone that's here, by the way. By the way, guys, it is 2:50 a.m. for me. So I stayed up until early morning to get this out for you guys as early as possible. We had issues with our thumbnail. Unfortunately, there were some issues for my thumbnail designer, and huge thank you to Demons King. He actually stayed up and got it out for us immediately as well. And hopefully my thumbnail designer is going to have his issues resolved. I feel really bad for him. There's just been like a lot of crazy things that happened tonight that were problems, and we still made it happen. So if you guys, you know, appreciate me staying up later than normal, because there were a lot of issues that we ran into tonight. I'm here at 3 a.m. getting this challenge out as early as I possibly can for you guys. Definitely drop a like on the video if you guys want to see these decks published as soon as I possibly can, with decks that I've tested for an hour. I've spent an hour of my time, instead of recording Clash Royale content or just messing around with friends or having fun, I was testing and finding the most optimal strategy in this challenge so you guys can complete it without having to worry. And this is it. This is the deck. This is what I would recommend. So hopefully you all appreciate that. And if you do, definitely drop a like on the video to show me and to show the YouTube algorithm a little bit of love, so then we can create more content in the future. And obviously YouTube recommends stuff when there's likes on the video. Also, y'all can subscribe as well if you want. You obviously don't have to, but when you subscribe, you'll get notified when I publish videos, which I publish daily on the channel. And whether it's a live stream like right now or a video, I'll either do a video or a live stream every single day. And I've been doing that for 5 years now. So yeah, you can count on me for quality Clash Royale content every day, hopefully. Bro, I'm losing this constantly. Please suggest a good deck. The deck that I'm playing right now is going to be really good. I'm hopefully going to get 12-0. Ideally, that's what we're going to have happen today. And I'm going to try my hardest. I'm going to show you guys how to play it. Notice how I'm dropping Teslas in the middle, because obviously we want to be able to protect our mortars. And if this guy's going to have recruits, he's still going to lose everything to the Tesla. Notice how he got 3 recruits of lightning there. So if you're dropping recruits, what are you going to get? You're going to get 3 recruits for a solid 7 elixir. He is literally spending 7 elixir for 3 recruits. Isn't that awful? Isn't that like a terrible elixir investment? In my opinion, if you're going to be playing this challenge, you need to be playing buildings. You need to identify what the challenge is made of. And you need to know like the intricacies of, okay, I'm not using a mirror building because mirror buildings are so cost ineffective. I'm using a deck like this one, where if I spam the mortar, I'm going to get benefits of the evolution. And also on top of that, I will also be spending less elixir because, I can go in for an expo and a mortar, and it's going to cost 4 elixir for the mortar. It's going to bait out an earthquake. Then my expo will punish my opponent. It's unlikely that your opponent will have lightning plus a earthquake like our first opponent did, and we still beat him. So even if you are unlucky and you match into doubles big spells, then you can still win if you play well enough. This is by far, in my opinion, the best deck for the challenge. As I said, I tested this for an hour of gameplay against Ultimate Champion players in this game mode. So I played against the best people that you guys would ever play in this, and we beat them all. So it's really, really cool to be able to beat the best players in this challenge, or the best people you could possibly play in this challenge. And that was not even a challenge. I watch every video that comes out. Great guy down to earth and great strategist is Mr. Churchill Gaming. Yo, Winston Churchill out here. Thank you, man. A revered strategist himself is complimenting our plays, and I can't say anything else, but I appreciate that. All right, yo, Dion, what's up? Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the society, my guy. All right. Also, I'm not going to say subscriber, like the society for subscribers. It's just because he became a member, and that's one of the guidelines, or that's one of the things for like the channel memberships. What if I don't have Evo Mortar? You don't need Evo Mortar. You can play without Evo Mortar and still win. Actually, I can play without the evolution for a couple games if you guys want to see, just so I can prove it. Next game, I will play without the evolution. And the game after that, I'll play without the evolution. I'll win 2 games in a row without the evolution, and I'll just prove to you guys it doesn't even matter. The main thing that matters is that you use your cards correctly, and that's genuinely it. Like, if you are better than your opponent, you will win, and that's the way that I like playing challenges. Genuinely, like, I like outplaying my opponent. I like having better strategies. The superior strategy and good plays will usually shine through in these challenges if you follow my advice. And that is just making sure that you're getting positive elixir trades with each big attack that you're doing. So, for instance, when he went in for his mortar and his Tesla, I kind of ignored it. And then I was able to guarantee a good trade by going in for a Barbaril here. And he's going to drop a lot more elixir. He's going to go in for a bomb tower and an expo. If we log on top of the bomb tower, I think that we might be able to force out extra elixir, or at least kill the bomb tower to the point that I can go in for an aggressive mortar. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go for the aggressive mortar here. That's good. I don't know if I got the mortar down fast enough. I don't think I did. Yeah, his mortar locks onto the tower. That's totally fine, though. Doesn't even matter. Our mortar should hit his tower. We're an Ice Spirit on his Ice Spirit, so his Ice Spirit jumps onto that and doesn't reset my mortar. That's very precious for us. Even if he logs, it's fine. I think that he's in a position where he has to go in for another aggressive building on us, and I don't think it's going to work out so well for him. He's going to go for an expo counter with a Tesla there, but it's not going to be able to hit our expo, and now he's going to have to go bomb tower. But the bomb tower won't be able to shut this down fast enough. And because he dropped his Tesla, we knew he didn't have enough elixir. And as predicted, he drops his bomb tower. So notice how I identify my opponent's card cycle. I understand his potential source of damage, and I realize that he doesn't have enough elixir to capitalize and kill me. And then he's going to go Expo or Mortar at the river with his double buildings. And then because of that, let's make a prediction and let's go for a Mortar and make sure he can't go in for that Expo or do anything. Now he has to go for an Earthquake on top of this if he wants to kill it. Now we can set up a Tesla. We've made the prediction on his buildings, and we can actually Earthquake on both of them at the same time. So we are just utterly outplaying this guy, and it's not even close. And that's how you want to play. The Mortar evolution did not make an impact in this game. I do not need evolutions to win this. I can win without evolutions in this game mode. And you guys can too. You just have to play well, and that's all that matters. That's a beautiful thing about these challenges. You might think that this challenge is boring, and honestly, I don't think it's like the coolest challenge ever. But some challenges are going to be hits, some are going to be misses. The one good thing about each one of these challenges that I enjoy is there's a different strategy behind each one of them. There's an optimal strategy that's figuring out, how do I win this? It's like a crossword puzzle almost. It's like, how can I figure it out? It might not be the most fun thing, but it's immensely satisfying figuring something out before the opponent does, and just challenging yourself each day. Each week, there's a new challenge for us to figure out and reveal the best strategy. And I really, really love that. Anyway, I'm going to stay true to my word. We're not running evolutions here for at least 2 games, and we'll win without them. It doesn't matter. There we go. Let's win 2 games in a row. Get it. And it's also harder because now we're playing against people that have won more games. I watch your videos and VODs since 3 months ago. Dude, thank you for watching the videos so often. Also, let's take a look at what else you said. I got back in the game a month ago, and I'm still able to play against champions. Okay, wow, this guy just overcommitted like crazy. That's a lot of elixir spent. And Evos, when I've got none at 5K trophies. You've helped my mechanics a lot. Yeah, I mean, hey, dude, if your mechanics are improving, even if you're not winning games, you're kind of like, you know, Rock Lee from Naruto. You're training with the weights on, and eventually when you get those weights off and you get champions and you get evolutions, you'll be winning, man. And that's the best thing about, like, Clash Royale in general is, like, you're not necessarily always going to have fair matchups. Genuinely, if you guys want to see me get tilted, watch some of my videos where I do the live streams where I'm pushing up to Ultimate Champion. Not Ultimate Champion, but I'm pushing up to... what is it called? Yeah, I'm pushing up to the highest trophy road position in the game. And I'm doing it on an under-leveled account, and I'm playing against level 15 people, and they've got 2 evolutions, and they've got hard counters, and I'm running level 14, level 13, and level 12 cards with 1 evolution. And if you guys want to see that series, I'll actually post it in the pinned comment. There's an entire series of me climbing up Trophy Road with under-leveled cards, and I'm using log bait, so you can check that out. It will be in the pinned comment, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy that. I mean, it's pretty, I think it's pretty relatable for a lot of you guys, losing to people that are a little bit worse than you, and you're just a little bit tilted. And I think the main thing is, I preach this in everything that I do. You will lose games against people worse than you. You will get hard countered sometimes. It is part of the game. You're allowed to get tilted. You process those emotions and you move on. It's the same thing in life. When bad things happen, you process it, you improve, you learn from the bad experience, because that's all you can do, and you mentally become stronger. And then after that, you'll be able to tolerate those positions more often in life, and then it'll lead to better outcomes in the future. Not necessarily from that experience, obviously. Like some experiences will only yield bad things, but you can still mentally improve from the bad experience. Anyway, we're gonna go in for an Earthquake here. That Tesla's toast. It doesn't matter that he's got evolutions. We'll still beat him. I'm gonna go in for a Mortar here on defense. I'm also going to log because I want to get chip damage on the tower. Against better players, you want to be dropping your mortar far enough away that they can't hit your weaker tower with their spell. This guy, I don't think it will matter as much, but generally you want to be dropping your buildings far enough away that they can't hit the lower HP tower with the spell. Alright, we will definitely want to go in for a Bar Barrel here, and I'm pretty confident that this is going to be good for us because we can Earthquake, and then we can Ice Spirit if we want to. I think that... I hope it gets hit by lightning. If not, then I actually have to Ice Spirit. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll go for an Expo defensively here, and I think this will orchestrate a really good play for us because this defensive Expo will serve as a body block, so he can't do anything. This defensive Expo precludes the potential of him dropping the Expo where he wants. Usually this would be really good for us, but it's still fine. I think Earthquaking on our tower is a little bit obnoxious, but hey, it happens. I'm going to go in for... I don't think this guy understands. he can't do that. I'm almost like 100% confident that that is a crazy play. If he Teslas, we might be able to Tesla and kill it. Even though it's an evolution, I don't think it necessarily matters. I think we just played a little bit better than him, and that puts us in a huge advantage. So if you know to drop the defensive expo there, it's actually quite cool. It's like not a bad play at all. All right, we're in a bar barrel. We're going to go for a mortar up top as well. And then we could earthquake depending on what happens. Definitely want to earthquake on that so we can kill the Tesla. This expo probably takes the targeting soon. If it doesn't, I'd be shocked. Yep, very cool. Barbaro log cleans up the expo. Yeah, it's doing a lot more damage than I thought it would, but it's still fine. Drop a defensive mortar here. Going for some earthquakes. Going for the Tesla. Start tickling his expo. And we should win this game. It doesn't matter that he's got evolutions. I think we're just better and we'll win. Ideally. I mean, he probably should be able to out-damage us if he plays this perfectly, but even though he had evolutions, we still beat him. And as you can see, if you're a better player, you'll win in this challenge if you have the better strategy. GG. We'll jump on to the next one. Let's keep going, guys. Let's get it. Sleep is so important. Don't worry about it. I get optimal sleep. I get 8 hours of sleep every day. It's really important for me to do that. I'll be sleeping in until like, I don't know, 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. All right, let's get this one last win, and then I'll prove to you guys that you can win this challenge without evolutions if you want. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit more longer of a challenge for us if we do that, so I'm probably not going to do that on the stream, but I could do it if I wanted to. All right, let's try to win this. Going in for maybe, I don't know, like defensive expo. We could do that because he uses earthquake. I bet you, oh, wow, he's aggressive. I don't love that on his end. I think he's in a bad spot. He might be able to afford a Tesla here. I bet you he Teslas. Let's go for our own Tesla and make prediction. Yep. All right. Yeah, we're just better, and we win. See, the better player wins in these challenges, and that's a beautiful thing to see. It's really nice and comforting to see if you play better than your opponent, you'll win. That's all it is. You just have to be like, okay, he's probably going to do this play. I've identified what his deck looks like. He has a finite amount of plays in his arsenal that he can do, so he's likely going to be disposed to doing this. Also, I want to go in for some defensive mortar here, and then earthquake. You guys might be wondering why I didn't earthquake on the elixir collector. Well, I wouldn't have any way of killing this expo, and I need to make sure that I'm chipping away at the tower. It's fine. We'll be able to cycle back to another earthquake if I want. The goblin drill is exceedingly obnoxious, but if I just play better than him, I will win. And I have full faith that we can do that. If I go for skeletons, that should be more than enough. I don't want to overspend elixir because we should be able to defeat the goblins before it logs onto our tower. So I'm not going to waste elixir allocating a bar barrel there. We're just going to play better. That's all we need to do. Focus on be better than your opponent and you'll win. Don't get like discouraged and upset that you don't have evolutions. That's one thing that a lot of people do. Also, since he cycled 2 elixir collectors and we don't really care about, you know, hitting the king tower there, I'm obviously going to hit the king tower and hit double elixir collectors. Why wouldn't I do that? Very cool. We know he's going to go in for an expo because he should be able to do that since he still has a Tesla there. So let's go for a mortar in the middle, make the prediction, and make sure he can't do that. Let's go, guys. The predictions are real today. Stop, he's dead already. Dude, I'm sorry. We got to bully people like this, you know? It has to happen. We're going to bar barrel here. We're going to go skeletons, and we should be able to go ice spear and then log. Reason why we're going to go for the log is because we want to clean up the goblins and clean up the... yeah, I think if we clean up the goblin drill with the log, the goblins will also die. The goblins won't be able to pop up because the log will kill the goblins from the goblin drill. So it's a really cool interaction. All right, we're going to go for a Tesla here, and it's interesting. It kind of glitched out, but we do predict his Tesla again, and then we go in for a bar barrel here, and that should be able to kill his expo. And then I think we just go in for another expo on offense and just add insult to injury, take as many towers as we can, and make this guy completely forfeit the match. So if I wanted to again, I could complete this without any evolutions. Because I have evolutions, I want to complete this challenge quicker and try to speed run it for you guys. So, you know, just for an effort of completing this challenge as fast as we possibly can. And also, you know, having the comfort of asserting maximum dominance with evolutions and maybe being able to 3-crown our opponents. We are going to be using 2 evolutions in this challenge, but just wanted to prove to you guys that evolutions are not a necessity. They do not need to be played in this challenge if you use my deck. You're always so positive. I love it. I'm not always that positive, my guy. There's a lot of times in life where, you know, I need to reassess, reevaluate, and process things to be positive, but I try to be as positive as possible. And when I'm playing a game that I really love, like Clash Royale, then I'm generally going to be more happy. I'm going to be more positive. I'm going to be in a better frame of mind. I just want to be 100% clear with you. I am a human being. I am not a robot, and I am definitely not positive at all points in life. It's impossible to be positive at all points in life. You just try to. You try to. If you're trying to be positive, if you're trying to have good days, then you're likely going to be in a position where you're going to have better days. For instance, if you want to have a bad day and you're searching for things to be upset about, if you find yourself sweating and being upset about small things, you're going to be predisposed to be having worse days, right? One of my friends actually said, like legitimately, one person that he interacted with would trip. Sorry, not even trip, but like they would have like a shoelace break or something small happen in their day, and they'd be like, "Wow, my day's ruined." And if you have those type of interactions in your life, you have to be like introspective enough to realize, like, hey, if my shoelace breaks, it's okay because I can just pay, like, I don't know, a little bit of money, get the shoelace fixed, and solve the problem, and I move on. But if you end up having issues in life where, you know, you can't fix them immediately, and then you are getting bogged down by a shoelace problem, you're going to be really struggling later on in life. And it's important to have that recognition and ability to process things a little bit quicker. I think like one of my biggest growths in the last year, honestly, was being able to process problems and being in a better situation and being able to be more positive throughout negative situations. And that was like legitimately the biggest benefit that I've ever had in my life. And it actually happened when I turned 27, 26 to 27. Having that growth opportunity, that has made my life 10 times better. The past year has actually drastically made my life better. I'll probably talk about a lot of things that have happened personally later on in a different video. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for that. I'm honestly excited to talk to you guys more about different things. And I don't know, there's a lot of different things we can talk about besides Clash. But yeah, just on that topic, just know I'm not always positive, and went through a lot of things in life that made me more positive. It made me a happier person. Anyway, yeah, I just want to make that clear because I don't want it to be a facade of like, oh, you're always happy all the time. That's why I always answer that question too, or that comment, because sometimes people think I'm just the happiest person on the planet. I am generally way happier than the average bear, but that's also because I'm really lucky as well. I'm playing a video game that I love. Like, there's so many reasons for why that happened, right? Anyway, it is what it is. Like, if you guys were able to play video games for a living, you'd probably be very, 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 very happy too. Usually. You're 27? I thought you were like 21 at most. I mean, I do have a baby face, right? And I shave every single day, right? But hey, I mean, I appreciate that, man. I also do take care of myself. I work out and I eat really good food, and I have skincare too. So, I mean, I'll probably look younger for probably a while. Do creator codes work across all Supercell games? They do. Right now, the Clash Royale one's glitched, but if you do want to support me, you can use creator code SirTag in the shop in any Supercell game. Anyway, we want to be cycling our mortar very viciously since it is an evolution. We put precedence on cycling that over our expo, since we are running the evolved version of the stack. I also learned that the year before to deal with problems happily. Yeah, it's not really like dealing with problems happily. It's like being able to process them and understand, okay, if this problem won't affect me in 2 days from now, I am not going to spend an entire day getting upset about it. If you have a problem in life that you are upset about right now, or something bad that happened in your day, like maybe just a bad interaction happened in life. Like maybe you met someone and they said something ridiculously mean to you. But you're never going to see that person again. Maybe it was just like an interaction on the highway. Maybe it was an interaction in a supermarket. Maybe it was something like that. You have this interaction from someone else and it ruins your day. And it makes you just like have an awful experience. This happened to my mom a lot. Like, she had a lot of awful experiences with people in Boston because, you know, Boston, Massachusetts, sometimes people aren't nice. If you're from Boston, you understand. But yeah, she would have these experiences where her day would get ruined because of that. And I try to tell her, like, hey, if you have a bad experience with someone, like, this will not matter a day from now. This will not matter 2 days from now. This won't affect your life in any aggregate way. So, like, try to frame it from the perspective of, like, you'll never see this person again. It's totally fine and might be bad in the moment, but don't let it be worse than it actually is and ruin the rest of your day. There's still a lot of different things that you can do during the day, and you know, you can forget about it and try to move on. Obviously, no one's a robot. You can't always forget about things. Maybe it will still bother you, but just reminding your mental that that's the case will allow you to process it and get on with it. But if you have like this circular mentality of like always letting yourself do that, or be around friends that enable you, that allow you to spiral and talk negatively about a bad interaction forever, then you're just going to continuously have that bad interaction on repeat. And you're not going to ever really have a good day. You're just going to have worse days, you know? So make sure that you're around friends that bring out the best in you, and also try to hold yourself accountable, and you try to realize what actually matters and what doesn't. If things don't matter, don't let those ruin your day, you know? Anyway, that's like the last bit of that conversation. Anyway, we're going to try to win this. We're going to go for skellies here. We're going to go for a log. Meanwhile, I've won this game while playing it on autopilot because this deck is actually that good. It's really funny that we have not tried at all in this game. I can mortar. I can go for Tesla prediction on whatever he drops nearby. If he doesn't, then it's totally fine. I love that the fact that the Tesla is still up there because it is, you know, tanking a little bit. And now we can go for an Earthquake and get back to another mortar. And the Tesla's still on the field, so he can't drop anything into that. In fact, we could cycle another Tesla if we really wanted. I hope he drops a unit. If not, it's fine. I think it's actually better for us to go Expo here. That Expo locks tower, I just win the game. He's going to have to Earthquake here, and I think he's in a bad spot. I mean, obviously he's in a horrendous spot. I can just Earthquake cycle 2 times and win. That's what I think I've been in. If I was a real one, I would drop a defensive Expo and a defensive mortar, but I'm not a Siege player, guys. I rush to win games, and I do not care. Like, I genuinely just want to beat this guy, so that's what we're going to do. Nothing else really matters. Wait, do I mess up? I might have messed up. Might have done goof. I threw. Oops. My bad. I should have, I miscounted the damage. I thought that it did enough. Oops. The first L today. But hey, it is 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't do math. I'm stupid. It happens. We jump on to the next one. Can we get some Fs in the chat? If you guys are watching and you have watched this stream, you got to give an F in the comment section, because that was not it. F in the chat or in the comment section for SirTag's math. I need to go back to kindergarten because apparently I don't know how to do basic arithmetic. F in the chat. Could have used a log? Yeah, I didn't have log and cycle. I realized that I wasn't going to take the tower later. I was like, oh, I'm stupid. I should have played that better. Dominated F? Yep, dude. Dominance was asserted all over us. It's all good. We'll get this without any other losses. I'll play well for the rest of the game. All right. My problem about others is wanting the best for them in any way possible, through any way I show, express love. And I find this is a detriment due to the situations of others causing a block. Yeah, I mean, I guess like one thing that I could tell you is it's like the same principle as like on an airplane. You got to secure your oxygen mask first before you can help out other people, man. So if you're ever really struggling in life, you're probably not in a position to help others if you need to work on yourself first and really take care of your own mental or take care of your own position. If you're struggling or having problems, definitely take that advice and hopefully that helps you out, man. All right, so he's going to bomb tower here, and his Expo should just die to an earthquake, so this is fine. I'm actually fine with this because this is a decent interaction overall. It might not have looked like it, but we can earthquake on the Expo, allow the bomb tower to die, and he spent more elixir than us overall. And now we can go for an evolved mortar, and then we can go for a barbro on his Tesla or whatever he drops here. We might be able to kill the mortar with that barbro, so that was huge actually. And then the mortar locks tower, and we force a Tesla. Wait, he's just losing right now, actually. This is a free win. Very cool. I'm happy that this is a W because, you know, this was like a situation that I didn't know if I was going to win or not. I think that this is actually a more difficult matchup since he does have more spells than us, I believe. So this matchup was actually more difficult than the other one. Very, very cool. We can go for skellies here, and then we can go for a barbell. And I think that we're in a good spot because we should be able to earthquake down the bomb tower. Forcing out a Tesla would be phenomenal. I don't think he's going to get the Tesla down in time. The mortar should be able to hit. Actually, we're going to Tesla on top of his Expo. And then we're also going to log on top of whatever spirit or skeletons he drops. and then the Expo should die. Mortar locks tower because the Tesla goes underground, enabling us to get extra damage. Now he's dropping a Tesla really low for whatever reason, and that might be the way that he sinks into the loss. I think that that's really going to severely plummet his position in this game. We're easily able to Earthquake on all 3 of those cards, and then I think that we secure the bag. GG, and well played to him. You can't win every single game you play, man. And you actually seem like a really nice guy. I'll give him some love, and we'll jump on the next one. Give me a kiss? I mean, I did. We can say this is a kiss for you guys. Hey, I went top 1 local in the Philippines due to your gameplay guidance, says LJ. Well, congrats on that, man. It's a huge W. Sadly, I don't have any option for replacement. I don't have log. Ooh, if you don't have log, you could run another fast cycle card like Electrospirit if you wanted. You do need to have Barbrill. Barbrill is pretty important in this deck, I would say. I would really, really be sad if you did not have Barbarian Barrel. It's able to clean up Expos and Mortars very cost effectively for only 2 elixir. And also on top of that, it's able to, you know, do a lot of damage to the wind conditions at the river that are buildings. So Barbrill is really integral in the deck. I don't think that log is as integral. You could run like a snowball or a zap if you really wanted to. Evolve zap works fine. Yeah. Anyway, we are going to be cycling some earthquakes here just to get more damage on his tower. He's in a horrible position. He definitely overcommitted there with an Expo. And Expo, again, as I said before, it's not necessarily a better card to cycle because the Mortar enables you to get to the evolution. If you're playing at this a bit of a higher level, and let's say I'm playing against a pro player, I don't think I would be doing much besides Earthquaking his tower, dropping a defensive Mortar, and then waiting for the Mortar evolution, and then trying to just damage him down that way. Also, against even better players, I believe that you would probably be wanting to run multiple big spells. But for the purposes of this deck and to show you guys like an easier deck to play, I decided to not run the most challenging version of this deck, run a very good deck that everyone can pilot and everyone can get 12 wins with. If you play this deck semi-competently and you encapsulate the plays that I've been doing, minus forgetting the spell cycling range, you'll win every game and it won't be a challenge. The challenge won't be a challenge. Does this work with the, without the evolutions? Yep, I actually showed how to win a couple games without the evolutions. The only game that I lost so far was the one that I used evolutions and I wasn't paying attention at all during the match. Anyway, we're able to go for an earthquake here. He's also going to he's going to earthquake. It's Ethereum quake. Oh man, it's the crypto quake. Oh, you guys are wildin'. All right, so we can probably go in for a defensive expo here. Yeah, definitely a defensive expo because it kills the mortar. And then we can earthquake on top of the Tesla. And we're in a pretty good position because I do think we can bar brill here as well. And then probably kill his mortar. I don't want to spend any extra elixir that I don't need to here. One of these. Can actually go for dual lane pressure possibly. Or we can just continuously spam in one side. Generally, if your opponent has a big spell, it's better to go for dual lane pressure at higher levels of gameplay. Which is exactly what we are attempting to do right now because I want to give this guy more respect. I want to assume that he's a better player. I want to play this like a CRL match to show you guys the best way of playing because notice how he has to earthquake that and then he can't earthquake on top of the mortar on the right, then he's forced to log, and you see how his elixir is really dissected and not necessarily allocated where he wants it to be at the same time. Then the bar barrel is able to, because as I said, bar barrel is really good in the challenge, it's able to force our opponent to go in for a lot more elixir since his Ice Spirit, I think, jumped onto the bar barrel. So that's obviously really bad for him. All right, we can go and protect a Tesla here. I think it's ideal for us to go for a Tesla as well and make the prediction. And then just Earthquake and bar barrel on top of that. I believe that the mortar does definitely more damage than what he gets. He played pretty well, but he didn't play well enough. It's, you were strong, but you, you were stronger. Do not be ashamed. You were strong, sir. That is what we were trying to say. We were trying to quote something from Jujutsu Kaisen with Sukuna, but it did not work out. I attempted. All right, we're going to go in for this. And let's go for Earthquake. Let's go Log. Let's go Ice Spirit. Let's go Skeletons. We should win with one more Earthquake. Actually, wow, I can't do math. I had enough there. I have enough when I don't think I have enough, and I don't have enough when I think I have enough. Monkey see, monkey do, but monkey win anyway. Stand proud, you are strong. Yes, that's what we meant to say. All right. Don't you use Rocket for things like Expo? It's too expensive or something? Yeah, Rocket's a bit more expensive, Earthquake gives a bit better utility for the amount of cost that it has. Earthquake is specializing in killing buildings, and it costs 3 elixir. So it enables you to break through buildings for a cheaper amount of elixir, so you can spam more of your buildings on offense. Rocket doesn't do damage to the tower as well. So like, another cool thing about Earthquake is I can hit his Expo, and I can hit the tower at the same time. If you are running Rocket, Rocket only hits the Expo, doesn't kill the Expo, gets a worse trade for its elixir cost, and also doesn't hit the tower. So for that multitude of reasons, it is infinitely better to be playing our version of the deck without Rocket. So hopefully that makes sense. I hope that that was able to give you some type of confidence in running this deck. Just wanted to say I love you and love the content, says Kanai. Thank you, dude. Appreciate the vibes and appreciate you. Dude, there's so many nice people here. I actually didn't read all the donations. Yeah, it actually... by the way, guys, I had a bit of a rougher night because we had a lot more chaos and to get the stream to make it happen. So the fact that we're just having so much positivity, so many nice people here, it just makes me really happy. So I from the bottom of my heart, seriously, thank you guys for just being such good people. I really, really appreciate it. We're going to go for an Expo here on the left-hand side, and we're trying to get more damage. He's going to go for Mortar, kind of as expected. We want to go in for an Earthquake here, and he's going to Earthquake as well, and that's totally fine as long as we can crush the Mortar and make sure the Goblin dies to our tower, which it should. And, I mean, the Mortar evolution makes sense. It is probably the best evolution in this challenge. Really good. Really, really, really good in this challenge. If you were able to run an evolution, the Mortar one would make the most sense. Yeah, it's a pretty good card. All right, so Skeletons in the back doesn't necessarily do anything. It just allows him to get to a quicker card cycle. Ideally, we're able to go in for a Log here and then Mortar and then try to Tesla just to keep up the aggression. The reason why I want to get my cards down on the river is because if you are the person that's playing aggressive and you're not dropping on defense, you have the opportunity of getting damage on offense. If you are on the back footed and you're dropping your buildings here, like let's say I was forced to drop the Mortar because I can't drop the Mortar directly into a Tesla, because if I'm too late, I can't drop my Mortar at the river because he already has a Tesla on the map and I'd be wasting elixir. So like right now, I can't drop my Tesla into this because his Tesla is already shooting. Unless I want to do something crazy like sacrificing an Ice Spirit and Barbarill, and then I can. But this is me spending way more elixir than him to make that happen. Usually, if you're playing defensive, you get no opportunity of offense. But if you're both playing offensive and you're dropping your buildings at the river, you have the chance of, after you win the bridge battle, to deal damage. If you're just playing defensive the entire match, you're never going to find opportunities to deal damage, and you're going to have less of a chance of winning. Because all it takes is one good opportunity for the opponent to break through to beat you. Because then they can just Earthquake cycle you for the rest of the match. If that makes sense. Why are only building decks? I explained it at the very start. If you're wondering, you can go and rewatch the VOD, but to the entire breakdown of the deck, because I don't want to do the entire breakdown again. But the premise is lightning kills all the units, so buildings are the only thing that survive. The buildings do not get lightninged in the map. That is the change. Lightning happens periodically, and it destroys any unit on the map. So right now, any unit that would be dropped would die. We're going to use our Tesla to our advantage, and we're going to go for an Expo. He might Tesla into us. I don't know. He does Tesla. Very good player. This guy's actually good at the game. He dropped his Tesla far enough away that it did not get hit by our Tesla. He's pretty smart. This guy is probably an ultimate champion player, so we do want to focus. If someone showcases that amount of mechanics and like quick thinking like that, he deserves our respect. All right. Is Pastoral worth it? I can't say that. I don't know if Pastoral is worth it for you specifically. I don't know your income level. I don't know how much value you get from this game by playing it. I'm never going to be that guy that says, hey, every time that there's a new evolution or something, this is so worth to buy. Like, if you want to buy it and you have the disposable income to do it, Pastoral is the best bang for your buck. But I don't know. If you have to put food on the table and you are struggling right now with income, there's no shame in not spending money on a video game. You don't have to. You can just play the game for free and have fun. And I'll always be here to show you guys how to win these challenges without Pastoral, without evolutions. I'll show you guys the way to do it. Right now, we're not going to be able to... We're not using our Pastoral. We're just going to win without using it. And also on top of that, we also showed that you are capable of winning this challenge without the evolutions. I won 2 games in a row without the evolutions, and they were very easy. I focused up a little bit more than I did in the other games. Like right now, I'm just screwing around, messing around, not even really carrying. I lost 1 game with evolutions because I wasn't carrying. But when I was playing it without evolutions, I obviously focused a lot more than I am right now. But yeah. So you might have to be more focused and actually understand how to play the deck. But you can still do it, which is cool. Even if your opponent has an advantage, you can beat them. Just use my strategies and stay connected with my streams by subscribing to the channel. Like the video and subscribe, and you'll get more of these streams in the future. And then you'll be able to win these without Clash Royale or Evos. Anyway, we can go for a barbell here, and then we can go for another mortar. And we should be pretty fine. I mean, we kill the Expo, and then we can do... I mean, this is great. I think we win because the Expo protects our mortar. And then we can go for another Expo. He's exposed against the Expo. And we're going to lock onto the tower and lock up the win. I love it. I love it. Where is the old me, says his name. And honestly, dude, I don't know where it is. It's gone, though. Your tower is reduced to rubble, and you are in some serious trouble. GG. Very fun game. And we'll jump to the next one. This game mode definitely has got to be my least favorite. Terrible and slow. Just building spam. I don't think it's that slow. I do agree with you. It is not my favorite one. But I love the fact that it's different. I love the fact that it's unique. I never play Expo in any of these challenges. Legitimately, I never play Expo in any of these challenges. This gave me a reason to play Expo. And it showed, like, once you understand the beauty of being able to play every single card in the game and it has a distinct purpose. Like Expo generally does not have a distinct purpose. Usually it's boring in every single situation, but you can win games in the span of a minute by outplaying your opponent in this game mode. I really like that. I really like that. Usually Expo games take forever to win, but if you play better than your opponent in this game mode, you can actually just win in the span of a minute. Also, another no Clash Royale player. This guy is going to be good. All right, we'll give him the 20-win emote. We'll let him know. We'll let him know that he's in for a challenge. What's your favorite card? Magic Archer is by far my favorite. Right now, my favorite card to play in regular game modes is not Magic Archer, because Magic Archer is not necessarily better than Evo Mortar. Evo Mortar is my favorite card to play when I'm playing competitively. However, the Evo Mortar is just so fun. Like, it throws goblins at your opponents. Like, I mean, not many cards can beat that, right? Like, it's a fun experience. Also, this guy's playing pretty well. I think we'll beat him if we play well. This guy's obviously beating me right now. He's running Goblin Drill, so he's going to be able to get more damage than me. It's kind of annoying, but hey, we're going to try our hardest and see what happens. We're going to go Mortar other side. We're not even going to try to do anything with that. It's a 4-for-4 trade. We get to the evolution. He doesn't get to his evolution. That's a big benefit for me. We take those. So our strategy right now is actually a little bit sketchy because he could beat me. He might be good enough. He's going to Earthquake. Obviously, that gives him some nice value. I do have to go in for a Barbell to completely clean this up and make sure it doesn't get hits. Important that that mortar does not hit my tower. That Barbell doesn't get a hit, does it? Oh, it does. That's insane. And his lightning cleans up the Ice Spirit. All right. How much damage do we take? I'm banking on this mortar doing damage, but it might not. I think it does. It is only going to give us one shot, maybe. Maybe a little bit more if we're lucky. Ah, that was really bad. Well played. That was a great Ice Spirit timing on his end, like, surprisingly. Played that super, super well. Guys played extremely well. All right, we're going to go for an Earthquake. We're going to be able to kill his mortar, which is a huge benefit for me. Going to log that. He's going to stop us from making plays. We might have lost, hopefully. No, we don't break through. No, we get a hit. We get a hit. That's huge. Ginormous, actually. Oh, how did I get two? That is so lucky. Okay. Ice Spirit on Ice Spirit. Kelly's here. Barbell after. Clean up. Nice. Tesla on his bomb tower. Or his Tesla. Nice. Making plays. Expo here. Mortar locks tower. Maybe he goes in for a building that we can hit. Ah, he's so good. He's actually very good at the game. He separated his stuff so I can't hit an earthquake on what I want. He's extremely good at the game. Really got to give him a lot of credit. He's not giving me the ability to win this. Mortar needs to hit if I'm going to win. And it does. Very cool. Extremely good player. Alright, cool. We win. I am so impressed that we beat him. GG and well played, man. Very, 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 very good player. Not only did he stress my mechanics, but he also stressed my mental and made me think at 3:31 a.m. Imagine. I think he was an Ultimate Champion player for sure. There's no doubt about it. Right? Is this his mini account? Ah, it's a mini account. It's a freaking mini account. This is his first. Yup. He's playing this on a second account. That's why he doesn't have Clash Royale. And he has never played Path of Legends or anything before. Yup. This is a brand new account. With only 400 wins. Oh, wow. So that's a Smurf account. Dang. We played against a tryhard there. Wow, that's crazy. I would love to know what his real rank is. I would love to know what his real rank is. He's definitely Ultimate Champion, but I don't know what rank in Ultimate Champion. That was a tough match. All right, so we're going to go for a Barbarian Barrel here. Lightning comes down, and we should Expo on the right-hand side. Skeleton's here, so his Expo locks onto that. I don't think... Oh, we do win that Expo. Our Expo wins hard. We log on his Goblins. His Expo dies because our Expo got the first lock since ours was dropped first. Oh, he actually went in for an Earthquake, but it's nice because he separates his damage around both of them. He doesn't have that much... He should be down Elixir. He should be down a lot of Elixir. Unless I'm wrong. Unless I'm just blatantly wrong. I was wrong. Huh. Wow. We're playing against really good players because we rushed to the challenge at the very start. As soon as the challenge got, like, released, we are playing the challenge. The people that get to the end of this challenge with the Clash Royale means that they haven't lost. This person has not lost, and he's at 11 wins. So he's very good, and he has a good understanding of the challenge. These players are significantly better than the people that you guys will be playing if you're playing this challenge later on. So it's really nice to test our skill and showcase why our deck is so good. Wow, I love this. This gets me fired up. I'm actually excited playing these games. That does not happen in these casual challenges often. I don't get to play against people with these caliber. Usually I get like, I don't know, like if I play these challenge later on, I'll never play against people at this level, ever. It's nice. Yep, he goes Goblins. He makes my Mortar miss. Very good player. I'm going to Earthquake here for some damage. We're currently losing the match, and he is also going to have Goblin Drill, so he should be able to out-damage us if he just plays defensive for this entire match. That's one of the downsides if you do play against someone with Expo and then Goblin Drill and they have another Wink Edition. Like, they probably win, or they should win. Try to do something here. Skeleton's body block, very cool, because we can Barb Drill on top of his Tesla, and his Electric Spirit will jump onto that. Most people aren't expecting the Barb Drill. It's so good against Tesla, though. Really, really good against Tesla. Actually misclicked, almost. No, we're fine. Earthquake. Alright, my Mortar doesn't do that much damage. This is kind of bad for us. Gonna log, so he's gonna spend a bit of Elixir. Doesn't have Tesla. Doesn't have Earthquake, so what does he do? Got Bomb Tower. I forgot. Alright, we can log this with Skeletons, and that's gonna be a positive Elixir trade. And the Expo's on the tower, so that's huge. He actually got outplayed there pretty hard. Surprisingly. I thought he would beat me really, really badly there. Alright, we can go in for a Barb Drill, and then I think we might win. Oh, he messed up. And the Barb Drill's going to tank for the Electric Spirit. Yo, Barb Drill's the MVP. And then we go for a Tesla, and we shock whatever he drops out on the river. Let's go! We got the 12 win, and we beat two phenomenal players on the way there. So, if you guys want to copy this deck, highly encourage you guys. You'll pop off. You'll be able to win without evolutions if you want. And, you know, as long as you understand simple, basic math, you might get a 12-0 and beat me. Because I only got 12-1. But hey, it was a lot of fun. Definitely leave a like on the video if you haven't already. If you want to see more high-quality content as soon as these challenges come out, I'll show you guys the way to win. I'll show you how to beat these challenges without any worries. And, you know, you'll be able to pop off and secure a lot more tokens. So then you guys can, yeah, evolve your cards faster, I guess. Which is always a nice benefit. We're going to go and use all of our stuff and see if we can max out that Electro Giant. We've already maxed out the Electro Giant, but yeah, definitely leave a like on the video if you haven't already. Subscribe for more daily content at 3 p.m. Eastern or at 12 p.m. PST Pacific time if you guys are in California or West Coast time like me. And yeah, always make sure to check out the pinned comment if you want to see my push, where I pushed all the way from... It was interesting, but we did decide to do this. I wanted to push from the League 1. Sorry, not League 1. I pushed from the lowest amount of trophies all the way to 9,000 trophies. And that challenge and that season of playlist, that will all be in the pinned comment. So you guys can check that out if you want to see me pushing with a free-to-play account with level 14 cards and only 1 evolution. I conquer level 15 players with 2 evolutions, and that playlist will be in the pinned comment. Check that out if you haven't already. Another cool video that we released recently as well that I was really proud of was the recent one with the 4 graveyards. I thought this was hilarious. There's a deck with 4 graveyards and it's Golem Graveyard. That will also be in the pinned comment. So if you want to check out the 4 graveyard Mimi deck that was played at the top 10 in the world, really fun deck. I mean, it was played at top 10 at one point. I think it was top 100 when I showcased it. But check that out. That'll be in the pinned comment. And also my playlist where I pushed from the lowest arena on Trophy Road, which you guys can see right here. I was like chilling, maybe arena 14 or 15, and I climbed all the way up. And yeah, you guys will definitely enjoy that if you want to see me conquer the new arenas and beat some of the over-leveled players that are menaces to society and wrecking everything. So, yeah, check out the pinned comment if you guys want to see that. I love you guys. Peace, love, and positivity. Good luck in the challenge. And let me know down below in the comment section what you guys want to see for the future. Always like and subscribe if you want to see me do more of these challenges in the future as well. Love you guys, and I'll see you later. Peace.